of order of operations, we need to think of bed math. So we want to do brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Remember that division, multiplication are equivalent to each other, so they are just inverses, so it doesn't matter which order those are done in. And same with addition, subtraction, they are inverses of each other, so it doesn't matter which order those are done in. So when we take a look at this here, what's important is you show your steps, show all the steps that you're going to do here. So here we're going to do the brackets first. So what we don't do is the important part. You need to make sure you show that it's from vertically that we can trace that term. It's going to be 2 plus. We're going to do the exponents first. And since we're going to do the divide before the plus, we can do the divide in this step here. Okay, so it's going to happen before that plus. So again, the next step, we're going to make sure that whatever doesn't get done is recorded. That's the important part of showing your work, is showing what didn't get changed. So here I can see that 3 times 4 equals 12, but what's important is to keep track of these other numbers. So we end up with 3, 2 plus 12 is 14. We do times before the addition. So we end up with 53 as our answer here. Here we have absolute value, and what absolute value does is it changes the number inside into a positive. If it's positive, it stays positive. If it's negative, we change it to positive. Now it's important to make sure you can pair up the absolute value brackets. So those ones are a pair, and these ones are a pair. Okay, we don't want to interpret that as absolute value -5 because that's not true. So when we work this out, we're going to do absolute value work just like brackets. We're going to do the inside. Okay, so we're going to do the -2 squared, which is +4, times -3 squared. Well, that's -3 squared. So squared only affects the 3, so that becomes -9. So in this one here, we're going to do the brackets first. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay. So here inside the brackets again, we're going to do the multiplication first. So this is going to be -36. Okay, this is a big thing, is keeping track of your negatives as well. Okay, and all this order of operations is about keeping track, organizing your work so you can keep track of all the parts here. So this is -5. 2, we're going to do the multiplication first, so it becomes 2 minus 4. So this becomes -33, absolute value, -5, absolute value, -2. This is when we now apply the absolute value. We're going to apply the absolute value to that, becomes +33 minus 5 times +2. Again, we do the multiplication first. So we end up with 33 minus 10 is +23. So there's my solution for that. Here we need to remember that 0 base will just stay 0. 0 exponent is equal to 1. Negative exponents mean divide. Okay, so this 0, it's a little bit problematic in that we could do it like this. Okay, we can just say, well, anything to the power of 0 is 0. And we can then interpret this. This is equal to 1. The power -2 becomes divide twice. Okay, plus -2 to -1. Well, that's going to be negative. These negatives do not interact. And then we divide once. And 1 to the 13 is just 1. Okay, so this is almost correct. Okay, there's a problem with this here, and that means that -7 means divide by 0 7 times. Well, really we didn't have to do any of this because we cannot divide by 0. Dividing by 0 does not work. It's actually what we call empty set. So this cannot be done. So we can't divide by 0. So we can't be done. So this can't be done. Okay, so this calculation we just say is equal to, well, what we're going to call that empty set. Okay, so it can't be done.